Alright, pulling more junk. I'm going to pull the shift linkage off right now. So this is a reverse shift pattern. So I push down to upshift. And I just got a crappy ass foot pedal arrangement made over here. So I like the Anderson foot pegs because they're nice and strong. And what's nice about them, see, you got your feet, your boots have a heel on them here. They catch on. It sits right up on top of the boot. So when your foot's like that, it can't slide off. And then when you're later on going down the track, you just get up on the ball of your foot over here, and you actually stand up on top of this peg right on this edge. And that's how you go down the track in high gear. Like riding a horse. Let the bike bounce around underneath your ass, and your ass is not in the seat, it's above the seat. All your weight's on the foot pegs and the handlebars. That's how you can control the bike, by how you push left hand, right foot, left foot. You steer with weight, you don't steer with steering wheel or front tire on a bike. So that's how you work it. So this is a real cheap pedal. It just has a shaft coming out with a shoulder on it. Just rattles around like that. It's nice and loose, so it never gets rusty or filled up with dirt. And I just want to Heim joint all up here. When you put the pedal up like this, it reverses your pattern. I have two different linkage ratios I can use. I can go from here or I can here. This one here is the more throw up here. This one has less throw. A little bit harder to make it, but it works. And if you want to go back to stock action, all you do is put the hole up here, and it'll go stock shift pattern where you have to do 4 up or 3 up in this case. 1 down, 3 up. It's 4-speed. So me, I like reverse patterns so I can stand on the hard. Because when you're doing full power up shifts with all the nitrous on and all the power on, you got to push pretty hard to make it shift. We're shifting at 82, 8300. Small motor and the big motor here, big stroker. We'll turn this one 72 to 7500. Big 5-inch stroke in this thing almost. It's actually 4.8 stroke. But still revving the snot out of it. We don't have no pussy low RPM motors here. So this is a jam nut. Make sure the bolt will never ever unscrew. And then this one here is the one that actually holds it, and there's a washer back there so the Heim clamp come off if you break. So it's all safety done. You just unscrew the bolt, and your bolt just barely comes out. It's pretty long. Everything you do on a race bike, you got to do for a certain reason. You think ahead, what can physically happen, and you try to fix it so it won't be a problem going down the track. If your shift lever falls off going on track, you can't go very fast. So it helps if you make it work correctly. And most of the time I just leave this dangling on here, but some people can't figure out how to push my bike without having it fall off. So I'm going to put it like that for now. Just goes like this, and hopefully they'll figure out how to not impale themselves on that. So this can either stay on or come off. We're going to be pulling the primary later, so I'm going to pull it off right now. Bolts back, so that means I can't unscrew it quickly. It goes tight, loose, tight, loose. This bolt also goes through the shift shaft, so it can't fall off until the bolt comes off. It's hard to see, but the bolt actually goes through the spline, so it can't come off. Another safety thing that gets you also to the finish line when things don't work correctly. So you have a groove right here. So the bolt's just in that. So even though the lever can be loose, it can't come off. Once again, you get to the finish line. It's all about getting to the finish line. Okay, so I can adjust the clutch to get the cable off. be enough. Alright, so I don't do anything fancy on my clutch up here. It's just a universal style clutch lever. Comes off pretty quickly. So you just loosen up a little bit, pull up on the cable here, and it'll pop out here like that. And then you can go ahead and pull the cable out through the eyelet right there and it pops off. No fancy circlip pullers or anything stupid that you got to do. Just easy stuff to work on. The old way of doing stuff works just fine for me. Okay, whatever this is, I need more free play. Let's see if I got enough free play. Probably don't have enough free play. Nope. There we go. Cable. There's it corroded in there. What the hell's going on here? Oh, the angle's bad. Yeah, angle's bad. I have access to stuff like on a stock bike. Things are buried. Alright, where's my needle nose at? Trying to come out. There it goes. Binding up under there. Okay, now something I do on my race bike is, even though I have really short bars, the clutch cable goes up here and makes a nice loop like this when it's installed, like that, so you're not pinching anything off, so the cable doesn't wear out. So I've only had 3 cables on my bikes in over all the years, and I've never replaced this one. The one on the flathead I've replaced once. A lot of years of Bonneville. The cable finally got rusty. Okay, where's my cable at? There you go. And this ain't no high dollar cable either. It's a cheap piece of crap cable. The one that I cared about had a big thick inner, so when you pull on it, it don't stretch. The clutch is heavy duty. Alright, so that's out of the way now. One less thing off the bike. So at this point I probably should disconnect the battery. Now you disconnect the positive cable, not the negative. The negative's harder to get to up under here, positive's out here in the front. So I purposely got this style battery so I didn't have to fight with post out here, because that's stupid having your electrical hanging out here like that. It's bad enough you got the positive post right here, but it does make it easy to charge your battery though. And I've only got stuff tangled up in there once, and that's because something fell against the bike while it was parked. I got the 9/16. With my 9/16, I'm looking right at it, I'm sure. Yep. What you do is make sure you don't hit anything that's metallic when you're doing this. Like the stainless steel brake line is hanging right there. But I put coating over it so it doesn't arc out. Whoa. There's the ground bracket, this bracket right here, I just hit it. The Battery's not too charged up right now, so it's not a major issue. Okay, so this cable here is going to go bye-bye. Wash her out. Not everything's disconnected on the bike. Okay, so this is going to be off the ground, so I can go over here without shortening anything. Take the starter. Well, there's a chain guard right down there, so if you didn't disconnect it, you'd be arcing like crazy down there. Okay, it's off. Put that nut back up on there. Triple insulated so it doesn't short. I've had issues before, but not on this bike. I learned my lessons a long time ago. Fix problems before you have problems is the best cure you can do. Alright, so bike's getting a little naked. Might as well disconnect the electrical. Over here while we're at it. One off. Two off. Now the problem with this is, I remember, is I don't think you can get this cable out of here with a starter down. So you can pull a starter to get this out, but I don't remember for sure. Kind of looks like it's going to have to pull a starter. To pull a starter, you can pull a primary. So we'll see. We might have to do that yet. Okay, enough of that crap. Let's get down here to the oil stuff. Got a lot of oil stuff to take off yet. Okay, I got a nitrous line hanging in my way. Might as well get rid of it right now, because it's going to be in the way. It's easier to get it out of the way right now. Boom. Every fitting line on this bike is precisionally put in one particular spot because there's no room for it anywhere else. Now the electric for this, I don't remember how to connect it or not, so we'll have to figure that out. Big ones. Okay, this one here. It's got Trogodon in there. She's puking its guts out. And it's blue. Okay, wipe that all off. Okay. Another one down in the bottom. You know it's going to leak. leak on the bottom, it figures. Not a drop on the bottom, but it leaks out the top. There you go. Need that rag again. Got no lines to pull off on the other side. That one off. That one off. They accuse my oil tank of being streamlined. Maybe put a damn shield in front of it to make it flat. Get all these oil lines sticking out like a sore thumb though. They didn't care about those. Stupid inspectors. Okay. Let's see here. I don't think I ever really made an official good quick disconnect down here. Just got a spade terminal. And this one I don't think is disconnected at all, but nope, it does have a disconnect on it. Just can't get to it. The line's in the way. There we go. Okay, pump's disconnected. The solenoid is not. It's still connected, I think. The fun part's getting the fuel pump off of here. It's kind of tight up under there. Don't remember exactly. I gotta do to get it off, but it's a pain in the butt. I remember that part. Like I said, every bolt washer and nut on this bike is hard to get to. So to get the solenoid off, you got to pull the motor mount bolt. I got just a big 1/2-inch bolt here for motor mount. So it goes right through the frame right there. And to get the motor mount plate off, you got to pull the fuel pump off. Fuel pump's got 2 bolts. One's up underneath the frame under here, right there, and the other one's right up here. And you would think this would be the hardest one to get to, but actually it's this one up here, because there's no room in the backside to get your finger in there. So, kind of a pain. And it has to come off to get the bolt out of here, to get the plate out. And there's another bolt over here. You got to pull the motor to get this one off. So. Now, I think I can leave this one on, maybe, but I have to pull that one, and loosen up this one. But I don't remember, it's been a while. And then all the nitro solenoid and plate comes out at one, but if you want to actually disconnect and get the pump all the way out, which is easier, then you got to pull everything out. So that might be my best option anyway. We'll see. How hard can it possibly be? Okay, that one I threaded the plate, so it's easy. And this one down here, I think there's a bolt that holds in there. Yep. I do have access to it underneath. That's 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. Where's it at? Don't have access to it with a wrench because it's buried. The wrench needs to be about this long. Means you can't get to it. If the bike's in the air leaned over, you can get to it, but right now you need something short like this. So let's see if I can do a 1/2 inch bolt here with this. Reset it. And we're on. And it's off. Simple. Your standard Harley blue fuel pump. Works perfect for oil. Alright. Where'd this one come from? Probably right there. Alright. Now I got access to a real bolt.